break-in first run of our little 6-horse Suzuki. Right now we got it just idling for a few moments, and our initial run is going to be in gear at idle for 5 minutes. Let's see how she does. Definitely quiet. I'm gonna say this thing even at idle is faster than that Amazon motor was at full throttle. Very, very pleased with this little motor here. Definitely pull starts right away. And no issues at all. Got a little telltale there for the water flow. Got the great opportunity to be able to just be right here in the backyard. It's about 4:25 now, so or 6:25, so at 6:30 we'll be able to give it a little more throttle. Curious if anybody out there has ever owned one of these, their thoughts are on them. I was a little hesitant in the weight at 52 pounds, but even with me back here at well over 200 pounds, we're still quite a bit over the water line, over the water without an issue. Let me see if I can adjust my phone brightness. We're at full brightness. This afternoon sun is killing my screen. We got about 5 minutes of this idle in gear. Like I said, I think this idle alone is definitely faster than that Hangaki motor we got from Amazon. I like the way this little deck worked out on the front. Coming up to the shade here, I can see the commons. I can't see anything quite yet. That sun is a killer today. So we're very fortunate to have this in our backyard to make these runs. Almost got the sun out of my eyes. No fishing right now. We got Crispy, no fishing today. We're just breaking the motor in. First start up. And Wolfgang, what's going on? We got 2 or 3 more minutes of just idling in gear. So just posted a video earlier today of the initial unboxing. I do have a big old bluegill down there. That's a one of mine cichlids, I think. Definitely some fishing opportunities in here. We got peacock bass, regular bass. Actually, I got to bring that up later on. I'll come out here in the backyard to catch some minnows and stuff for the sargassum fish we got it for a pet. And happened to catch a little bass and a little peacock bass. They're still a little hesitant to show themselves in the tank yet, but they're pretty cool. We've had manatees in here. We have had gar. Seen snook. And being the end of the breeding season, the peacock bass been feeding like crazy. let's see if I can show you a few things here while we're still idling out the end. This knob here is your tension for the throttle. Keep it like a cruise control. There's our remote fuel tank. We'll be getting that within the next few days. There's your standard fuel tank here. It's about a liter. I think it's about 45 minutes on a tank at a decent throttle. Here is your shift lever. You have forward, reverse, and neutral. Back here is your fuel cutoff. Got about another minute and a half. We'll be able to get a little bit of speed out of it. This is my first time on this boat with any kind of power. That Hangaki, I don't think I count that as any type of power. So that full throttle is like running a weed eater wide open, and we weren't even going this fast, even by myself. So this is definitely an upgrade. Heard lots of great things about these little Suzuki motors. Very impressed with the noise level, at least at idle. Would definitely love to know if anybody out there has had one of these before for more references on things to pay attention or look out for or bring up. Oh, one more minute where I get this thing. I think it's quarter throttle. At the other end of this canal is Black Point Marina. So when you get that in, there are snapper and definitely more of the snook, even some little tarpon. Alright, we got our just over 5 minutes. Let's see how she does with a little more fuel. We'll do another test run later on when I can have a second camera and we'll do a speed test. Pleasantly surprised and very satisfied here. Got an extra half a gallon of fuel just in case, but we should be able to go quite the distance, especially at this speed. I haven't run a tiller motor in so long. Gotta retrain myself skill-wise. But yeah, with that little knob there turn for tightness, it's like cruise control. Let's just stay at whatever RPM sounds good to you at the time. Got some pretty cool dock setups out here. The only downside to this neighborhood is there's no ocean access. One of these days we'll make a trip right up to the dam. Get right up to Black Point Dam and then you gotta turn around. Let's make a little turn here. I would definitely say for a 53-year-old boat, she's in pretty good shape. Inside's a little messy from the rain and dirt we've had in the yard lately, but well, she's in good shape after a little rehab we gave her. A new transom. I was a fresh new motor. Surprisingly quiet. Nice and dry in here. Actually, I can zoom in a little bit. They got a really cool turtle statue there on their steps. This is gonna move quite nicely here. I'm not sure that's even. It's got to be somewhere around quarter throttle. It's kind of hard to judge being the first time, but it's just barely open. Much better than paddling. I guarantee you that. I'll use this little boat to do some cleanups, some exploring, some fishing. You're trying to talk me into doing some extra long trips. We'll see how it does with the little rougher conditions here in the future. Curious too to see what someone else's wildest experience is on a 12-foot John boat. Got our afternoon storms brewing on the west side of Miami. Another beautiful evening before the rain hits down here in Miami. Breaking in our brand new 2025 Suzuki 6-horse. We did make sure our vent is open on our fuel cap. Had it topped off with our 1 liter of fuel. Doing our initial break-in. Had to let it idle in gear for 5 minutes. And now we're allowed to run like quarter throttle for a little while. Definitely would want you to let the motor warm up before putting any power to it. But definitely some exciting opportunities ahead with this little combination here. I think I might need a seat of some kind here in the middle. Just a little too close to the very back for my size. It's the first time I've been on here on the canal this far in a long time. To run jet skis and other little boats up and down here, pontoon boats. Had to take a break from that for a while, but we're back up and running now. Let's do a lot of kneeboarding and wakeboarding. Lots of good times in this canal system. Yeah, Mama Duck and her ducklings. It's probably a great boat for going on getting bait. A little hatch system up there is nice and clean looking, and put plenty of extra storage up there. Should be finishing up my editing on the motor stand for this little motor, and we are waiting on parts to come in for the remote fuel tank extension. This is our hookup here for that. dogs hanging out. Got a little boat garage. Got diving boards and water slides, rope swings. So lots of good times on these canals. But super impressed with this little motor. Got a coconut tree full of coconuts. There's a healthy coconut tree there. Got to get the new trailer situated. Not new to me. And then we'll be able to take this thing out to the ocean side. Got their little boat ramp with a fence there to keep most likely the dogs from escaping. Had it set up like that at one time, twin jet skis. Got a nice little tropical beachy backyard. A pretty cool little race boat. Little race cat. Love to hear some of your thoughts on this little motor for the boat. A 12-foot John boat, 53 years old. Was 6 horse too much, enough, or just right? This used to be called duck bridge, because when you're water skiing, you had the duck going underneath it. Like maybe an old tour boat. Another partial goal of my life, I want to do a captain's license, maybe start doing sunset and eco tours in the future. I gotta get some other stuff squared away first. And there's little John boats and game fisher boats. I think this waterway was built by Army Corps engineers back in 66 or 67. And then they developed the neighborhood along with it. Definitely helps with keeps the neighborhood from flooding out. Also, I'm noticing that those of you out there that have followed me along for other lives, we did acquire a cooling fan for the phone. For now it's on a external battery pack, but it is doing wonders. As long as the actual sun's not in my eyes, I can see the screen just fine. I know we're not going fast, but we'll slow down for the canoeing people up here ahead. Super impressed with this little motor. They got a little canoe. They're just barely over the water line. Got 4 people in there. That's a lot of people. What's going on? They had a good day fishing. They're taking pictures of their catch. There. Thing back up to a few more RPM. We continue cruising the canals here in Miami, breaking the little Suzuki 6 horsepower in. I'm not sure if that boat's still floating or if the spring lines are keeping it up. We'll have to do a cruise through here at night. Some of these backyards are lit up real nice with some of their yard lights. This yard up here I've always been a fan of. Got their boat ramp with a dock above it, recirculating waterfall. They used to feed their fish here all the time. What a great little place. Great view. Here, I guess Gilligan parked his boat there a long time ago and the coconut trees are growing in it. We do have a Cuban chug in our yard that we might have to do something similar to that with. Beautiful properties down here. A little footbridge coming up. And this thing is way outperforming that little Hangaki motor. That other motor is definitely more of just a motor to hang on a wall as a joke. It's not a real functional piece for anything of any size. We are going to try it later on with a kayak. Been going about 20 minutes now. Still sounding great for a first run. And later on this week, early next week, we'll be posting a video of building a motor stand for this little motor. We just posted the unboxing of this motor with a few of the details to it. That went live today. The real skill in this canal is being able to make your turn and stay up on your knee board. They'll do it in jet skis or they do a little like 15-foot Boston whaler. Just amazing. Every yard here is different. And each time someone moves into a house after a few years, they change it up as well. Looks like they do their fire pit right on the water line. Safest place to do it. I don't think those jet skis have moved in a while there. Yeah, we used to do about 13-foot whaler. One like that we used to do some knee boarding on years ago. I don't think the 300 is going to fit here in the canal. Definitely a nice setup there. Cool thing about doing these little runs up and down the canals is getting an idea for backyard designs. Everybody does something a little different and gets inspired off each other. You know, we're doing our initial test run, first startup of our little Suzuki motor. Had to idle in gear. We're taking advantage of our little cruise control knob here, keeping tension on the throttle. I didn't make the other boat into an opportunity for a skiff like this one I'm coming up to now. 19-foot Carolina skiff. The hard part with those is the turning in here. The flat bottom, they don't like to turn too easily. Got some soccer balls up there in the bushes. We'll pick those up on the way back maybe. Curious if anybody out there watching is from down here in the southern Miami area has recognized anything we're passing by. Because this bridge here has been under construction for probably 4 or 5 years now. Do not remove the temporary barrier, and there's no barrier. So we will not go boating up on the land. Some ducks hiding out. Well, they might be doing something again. I see some fresh concrete. In theory, they're going to widen that bridge, but see if that ever happens. We got another boater coming in behind us. We'll have to get out of the way here in a minute. All this canal is dug out of solid coral rock down here. That bridge is just high enough to clear pontoon boats without anything above the console sitting down. Local mascot, the duck. I'll have a lot of fun with this little motor, I think. Yeah, maybe a little whaler they got there. Catch them as they pass us. See how this little boat handles other boats' wake. Hopefully we stay upright. Looks like our afternoon Miami weather's going to hold up for us. And to find out if anybody ever had one of these little Suzuki motors. See what you all think. On a 53-year-old John boat, did we go too big, too small with this 6-horse? I was a little concerned maybe the 50 pounds was going to be a little bit heavy. Overall, very satisfied. Looks like they just did some heavy trimming out here. Watch it, duck. It'd be a good duck hunting boat. One of our distant neighbors getting ready to pass us up here. What's going on? Nice little Suzuki and weather with a Suzuki 115. We're running our Suzuki 6. Woohoo! Alrighty, I'm Ripstree, all tagging along. Any new subscribers out there, welcome. Keep an eye out for more testing on this little boat. Some adventures. And we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into. Right now I'm focused on finishing up this test run. Finish breaking this motor in. The first 2 hours are the slowest. Then after that, just make sure it's warm and don't go full throttle for the first 10 hours. There she is. Our little 6-horse motor. Maybe we give her a name. Maybe we name the boat. The 12-foot John boat project continues. We out there's got some ideas on how else to modify this little boat. We're open to suggestions, and we'll see how we can fit the projects in as we go along. Do appreciate y'all, and we'll catch you on the next one.